Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Studio Mercy's Tunecast. As always, I'm your skeletal purple host, Studio Mercy. To my left, I have Pantone Ocelot. To my right, I have the beautiful, high viz Vito. And of course, the bonehead, the gearhead, Pissweed. Boys, how we doing today?
Hi!
Doing mighty fine.
Absolutely.
I'm doing just peachy.
What about you, Pam?
Yeah.
How's your day been, man? God.
It's my first day of class of the semester. Well, this is like an actual physical one. It was interesting. I got to read the syllabus and then go home.
Oh,
That's so cool. I love that.
Next week, though, I do know that I have to help my neighbor Sally do a court thing. Mostly get her out of the car.
okay.
Uh,
Okay.
What else do I have going on?
So it seems
remember
like
right
you
now.
got a lot on your plate, man.
Oh yeah, I have 3 classes. I was about to take 4, but then I found out that full time's actually 2 for the summer.
Now, boys, I wanted to ask you, how did you really enjoy that new stream music that played? You like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
nice.
catchy.
Little, that's a little change there, you know?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yep. It's the new album. Right now, it's a Studio Mercy booklet style. 7-page album. Basically, guys, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, it's actually out there for free. Just join the Discord, download it, and have fun. More like that coming soon. But boys, you know how this goes right now. Beautiful Pissweed, I wanted to start with you today, guys. We all know what comes next.
What?
See, how was your week? Because as we all know, this is a bi-weekly show. So I want to tell me the most interesting thing that's happened to you, man.
But it got really hot
Oh,
and windy. It's literally Arizona weather. Arizona weather hot.
I don't
Hot,
like
dry,
that.
windy.
nuh-uh. Nope,
And
I can't.
and I just heard through some friends, some IRL friends, they told me that I'm a little bit of a side thing. I'm going on vacation on the 4th of July week.
Wait a second,
And
hold
I'm
on.
going- what?
Our boy is actually taking a vacation for once in
Yes,
his
I am
fucking
actually-
life?
Yes, I am taking
I wish I
vacation.
could take a vacation.
I didn't take one last year, so I actually scheduled a camping trip up northern Minnesota,
Ooh.
and due to this heat and dryness, about let's see, I heard that over 8,600, like 8,600 acres were already in wildfires and that stuff.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
it's right by the area where I'm going to be camping at.
Oh.
Yeah, hell
So-
yeah, man. Live life on the
So-
edge. I love that.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Dude,
So I
He's
can
gonna
imagine what it's
be-
going to be like
badass.
on 4th of July week and that stuff, where I was like,
I
let's go
know.
on a 230-mile road trip.
I
That's
already
how
know
you
what's gonna happen.
This weed is serious, bro.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
listen.
He's a
Here's what's
he's a
exactly gonna
serious
fucking
kind of guy.
happen. He's gonna be sitting in his tent, and he's just like, "Do you smell something? Ugh, it's getting kind of hot." Tonight on Eyewitness News. Yeah, no, you don't have to put it out. You can light it.
Yeah. I can light the whole pack if I really want to now. I'm so close to the heat. But yeah, no, we're supposed to be getting some rainstorms tomorrow and that stuff. So hopefully it starts wetting things down a little bit. I mean, granted, this is a couple of months out and all that stuff. So
Right.
there's still room for change, but yeah, I mean, northern Minnesota got hit pretty hard with the wildfires and that stuff. It's literally, normally we always have the Canadian wildfires. Well, now it's in Minnesota.
God, Jesus Christ. Ugh.
So I
Well,
don't
hey,
know
man.
what the air quality is gonna be like at when it comes to that time.
Hey, good on you
So-
for actually snagging one of those vacations. What about you, Vito?
I mean, I'm as busy as ever, man. It's no different. I'm just fucking hard work. Hard work.
I know where you're going for that one.
No, but like, I mean, it's been a busy week, so we just got like a new guy. He's like a new safety guy, and I'm kind of been training him up this past 2 weeks. He did like AmCare stuff at Amazon, so he's kind of like he's familiar with this kind of line
he kind
of
of
work,
knows what to do.
Yeah, so he's excelling pretty early, I'd say.
That's
He's
good.
asking a lot of questions, and a lot of questions is a good thing, you know.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, dude. I hate the people that fucking pick on you for asking questions. Because listen, I would rather you annoy me with questions than make a mistake that I have to fix. You know what I mean?
God, exactly.
Such a like. Listen, I will never turn down a question, and especially like if it's stupid. Like, it's better than a stupid mistake, in my personal opinion.
The stupid questions are the best questions because it really avoids the, like you said, to your point, like the stupid like fixes that you have to patch up. You know what I mean? It's like,
amen, man.
And you like that fucking saying, "There's no such thing as stupid questions." Like, God, that is so true. It is the truest thing you could say. Because like, yes, it out of context, yes, it might sound like a stupid question, but like, I would much rather have you ask that than to like just make an assumption and then shit goes to shit. You know what
it's
I mean?
literally like, it's literally better to like shoot and I'll ask questions later type philosophy.
Exactly. It's like, Mr. Vito Scuzz, you know, is it stupid to play jousting with a forklift in the middle of the tree factory?
Yeah, no, that's not a dumb question at all. Matter of fact, I encourage you to do that.
Tonight on Eyewitness News, Chewie has been an unfortunate event. 2 men impaled by the moving force.
Should we hang on the sprinkler system again?
One on each fucking fork.
Can you imagine?
Like, I don't know how that happened, man.
Listen, I'm excited for today's topic, but I wanted to tell you guys some really good news. Okay, as I'm recording this, my room is basically 70% empty. There is nothing. No guitars, no amps, no fucking happiness on the walls. This is leading into an issue.
Just saying that there's a comfort in that. I'm just saying. There's an odd comfort in having like a lot of space to work with.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it's just everything is leaving.
It's the same thing as like, it's like we were talking about the other day, Mercy, how like it's like you look at these gamer setups and their desks are fucking bare and empty. They got their mouse, their keyboard, their monitors.
I don't understand that.
It looks clean. But then like you talk to a person who actually uses his computer every day, they don't fucking look that way.
No, they do not fucking look that way.
I got like a mug with pencils in it right now. I've got my webcam. I got some dust collecting on my keyboard. Fucking goddamn.
I told Vito.
My desk is a nest.
I told Vito. Okay, so I'm talking about Nexpo. Okay, if you've watched his videos, he has like this really clean desk, and I'm sitting there like, there's no fucking way that he does that. That desk has to have at least one water bottle on it or something, like a pen, a ticket. Fuck, man, I have a glue stick on my desk. I don't even have a glue gun.
Or if anything, a bunch of 9mm ammunition rounds laying around, like on my desk.
Yeah,
I actually have a bullet on my desk, now that you mention it.
Okay, I guess it's less weird now, but like, isn't that the weirdest thing? Like how we'll have glow sticks or glue sticks in the house and like no glue gun? How often does that happen? Because it happens often to me where I'll find a glue stick. I'm like, where did this come from and why do I have it?
Like, what the fuck, man? This is why the turtles are dying.
Like, I don't know why that's a thing, but I feel like a lot of people share that sort of experience where they'll find like this thing in their house where it has no use and no right being there, but it's there.
Right.
For me, it's fucking glue sticks.
Yeah.
Do you even encounter hot glue?
No, dude. The last time we used hot glue was in high school for a fucking art project.
There you go, Vito. That's how long you've had it. But
It's either that or somebody's pocketing you along your travels.
right. I wanted to say though, guys. So I'm running into some issues. So you know how I had like the recording foam on my wall for like studio foam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Studio Mercies.
They eliminate some of the echo.
Yeah. So it's got like my dad used to do this thing. Okay, I'm just trying to explain it. You know that adhesive on the back, you know, like that kind of shit. My dad used to like take the stuff from like a mail envelope, be like, "You want a booger?" I'm like, "Ew," you know what I mean? Like that. That's what.
Yes.
That's why. Like I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's like an adhesive glue that you know. Yeah, it's command strips.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, command strip tape. So basically, there's like 36 of these, four for every panel, and there's 12 panels. You do the math. I can't. So, they don't come off easy. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here. I'm like, yeah, finally got all the foam off. Now time to get this. It's time to get the. They're not coming off. So I'm like freaking out. I'm like trying to paint scraper and shit. Now I'm taking the paint off the wall and I'm like, no, it's not coming off. No matter how much I try, it's just, it's not coming off. And I told my mom, I'm like, hey, do you want a really big painting for Mother's Day? You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know what to do. I tried Goo Gone. There's not enough Goo Gone in the world.
Oh fuck! I was just about to say that.
Nah, dude, the goo is gone.
It's just dried out foam and double-faced tape.
Oh my god, yeah. That or I was just gonna cry. You know?
Reminds me of those shower curtains from the 80s. The kind that you physically stick onto the wall. Well, not shower curtains. The towel bar.
Oh yeah.
That shit it's like slightly off and it's just stuck on the wall. You can't get it off. You're gonna have to rip it off the wall and put a new one in if you want to do anything to it.
You're pulling drywall.
One stranger from the 80s made a decision of where that shower bar should be, and you have to live with it.
Yeah. Welcome to the 80s, man. That shit is live. We don't care. Fucking linoleum, that hardwood floor.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least a lot of them took all the the carpet out of the bathrooms.
Oh god!
I have carpet in my bathroom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you showing the video.
You gotta fix that, Mercy. I'm sorry. That's just really weird to me.
It is.
Matt.
I don't know.
That just seems very like icky because like the bathroom is. I mean, it's tile for a reason, man. Like you've got water, you've got hair, high moisture. You got like hair and like it's just like.
Nah, man.
There's one thing. But black mold is a whole nother thing right there.
Yeah. It's. I don't. Okay. Who sat there, okay, and genuinely thought this is a good idea? Like, motherfucker, I'm gonna get out of the shower.
Soppy,
wow,
wet,
fucking
shade
soppy
carpet.
sweat, just fucking all the way into the fucking footprints in the carpet leading into my goddamn closed room. I'm like, you know what? This is a good thing. Oh man, time to fucking shake my head like a dog. Oh, the worst part is fucking when my sister lived in this house, every time she would take a shower in that room, their fucking like the mirror in the room would fog up. So the whole room got fucking steamy, including your bed. And literally, dude, no shit. They said that they were finding mold in the fucking, like, it's just such a bad construction idea. I'm sitting there like, dude, fucking mold, like what Vito said, like the mold in the closet. Every time we take a shower is like, yeah, you take that shower. For fuck's sake, man. But yeah, so guys, the move is going good.
Perfect, man. Fuck, goddamn. I'm sorry, I can't.
Something tells me I'm gonna like take a little like carpet knife and like look under and see if there's like a hardwood floor? Because I doubt somebody's that stupid. You know what I mean?
No, you never know.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, whoever came, like what you said, whoever came up with that idea of putting carpet in the bathroom, obviously like the idea of having wet socks all the time.
Ick. I don't even want to talk about this. Listen, dude.
Like,
Can you imagine like having to tell somebody, "Oh, sorry, I'll be right back. I gotta vacuum my bathroom." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get you. Here's the worst part. You guys ready for this? So I learned from my mother that the last tenants had active chickens in the house.
Oh,
just chilling. Literally, I'm reading the deed from my mom. I'm like, wait, what is this about? Livestock? Animals? Goats? Chickens? She's like, yeah, we've had people have literal chickens. Like, dude, like in my living room where that nice dining room table is, imagine a fucking chicken walking around. Multiple of them, like plural chickens.
That Chick-fil-A is going really freaking awesome right there.
Ugh.
And where do you get to live? The barn?
It's like going to the fucking kitchen for like, I don't know, some eggs and bacon. Like, oh, what a fine morning. Oh, hello, Bobbert. How are you doing today?
God, man, what the hell is? People
Can't
are
get any
ugly.
more fresh than that.
But yeah, I'm excited, guys. I got a kick-ass roommate, and they don't make good
that
food.
You flip off to all the time.
Yeah, but I'll make do. As long as they don't suffocate me in my sleep, I think we'll be good. But other than that, I have crazy news.
Yeah.
So crazy that I'm extending my hand over to Bree's computer and blocking it. But yeah, so I'm in a band.
You're in a band.
Yeah, I'm straight up in a band. So it was the weirdest thing. It just kind of happened randomly. So I was chilling one day. It was literally just yesterday, and the club manager in my hometown that I usually play at just texted me. He's like, "Hey man, I got somebody here, and they're really interested in you being in their band, and now I'm in a band. They do metalcore and like rock." I'm like, oh, they're gonna be country. No, dude, they do like good shit. I'm like, hell yeah. Plus, I think I know their drummer. So I'm just excited. That's gonna be a fun gig opportunity. Of course, running into some snags with the Erie concert. So, as everybody knows, if you don't, Erie, PA, we are doing a concert November 1st. If you do like my music, go check it out on YouTube. But that is where we are going to be doing our first huge ass live concert. People are coming from all around the world, including this guy from Minnesota. That was said live, Pissweed, so now you have to go.
We'll see how things go here. Come on now.
You shook this vacation. You can shake another out of the tree. But so basically, I haven't gotten a hold of Raven Sound. I basically called him. I don't know either if the guy is dead on the opposite side of the phone or they buried his phone with him. But I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm going to have to find a new sound team. So yeah, look out in the major future, but nothing will stop me from playing in front of you guys live, packed theater. But yeah, guys, I think it's all customary. Shut up.
Sorry, that was a good one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
live packed theater.
Live packed theater. Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys. Okay, how's your energy lately?
Well, after today, not very high, and especially at the end of the week because I've just picked up 2 other shifts. So I have to work tomorrow and the day after, and I literally only have Saturday off. So at the end of the week, I'm gonna be fried.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It sounds like we need some kind of a supplement to get us through the day.
I could just drink a Monster, but then I get the jitters, and it's just it's a bad time.
And then you kind of crash afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now,
Oh.
Vito. I made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm actually drinking a Monster right now, and I don't feel too good, man. Not gonna lie. But guys, that's where today's sponsor comes into play. See, here at Tunecast, we are sponsored by Dubby. Dubby Energy is a basically sugar-free, no dyes, no artificial sugars and sweeteners. So if you're looking for energy, but you don't crave the bullshit that comes with all of that stuff, this is some good stuff for you guys. My favorite flavor, as always, is Dub Sludge. I like the green apple flavor, and Dubby actually teased having a grape flavor by yours truly. It was posted on their account. Very cool. We're actually going to throw that up here real quick. It's going to be in the description of this video, so if you guys would love a grape pear flavor, feel free to give it some love on the Dubby website, because you never know, it actually might become an actual flavor. But guys, I wanted you to check this out real quick. I don't know if you saw this post, but straight up, they, let me get it all ready. There we go. So I just did this as a joke, right? They were like, what flavor would you make if you had your own flavor, right? And I was like, that's actually a decent question. And I wanted grape. So I made this, and dude, they literally reposted it. It's getting a lot of likes. So if you guys actually want something like this, head over to that Dubby website and tell them Studio Mercy sent you, and we will see a grape flavored drink in your hand soon.
That is cool.
Isn't it fucking neat, dude? I would love that. I listen. Name the amount of grape drinks that are actually grape. Okay, like, okay, when it looks like, it tastes like the color purple, man. It's so confusing to me. Like, you ever just drink a fucking, like, a purple, like, grape soda? That shit does not taste like grape. It tastes like Grimace.
It tastes
way
like
too
a purple
artificial.
drink.
Yeah.
Like Grimace.
It tastes like Grimace. It tastes...
or like the mystery flavor that I keep referring to Mercy to and that stuff.
Yeah, what's that taste like? Because it tastes like cherry popsicle, right?
Yeah, no, I think it tastes more like the cherry flavored Robitussin.
You see, here at Studio Mercy, everything is satire, and this guy is actually not here right now. He's a robot, and let me tell you, it actually doesn't taste like cherry Robitussin. It tastes like cherry lollipop, because Dubby just unveiled the flavor. Right, Pissweed?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, but it is actually a really good flavor. Take it for example.
Yeah,
Penny
I
does not like.
do drink that stuff at work.
Penny does not like energy drinks. So, and then literally, fucking, I'm like, hey, try this. She's like, okay. That's sweet. That's for you. So, anyways,
Punches me.
Vito.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I gotta ask, why? I'm sorry that we all just kind of came straight out of work, man. You know what I mean? It's just, we're all just kind of tired.
I feel
Wait, did we ask how Pan's Day was doing?
Yeah, Panda started out. He opened up.
Yeah,
I kind of just started talking about it.
he looks like he works at the plant, which is admirable. It's respectable. Yeah, I feel like we all just like have a long day, and we all kind of just like lost track of time, and we all had to rush here, So we're all in our uniforms still. So
yeah, we didn't get a chance to change out of our work clothes and that. We were like, oh shit, this
brings me.
We gotta go.
I have an idea for today's topic. What do you think, boys? How about we do an episode based on our jobs? What do you think, Vito? Does that sound cool?
I had the same idea. So if I could find the button here, the little bit of decorating, if you say.
No way.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd say let's talk about our jobs, huh?
I fucking love it. Oh,
yes.
My God, what the fuck is going on? Is that me in the back crying? Vito?
You're crying happy tears, but you're crying, buddy.
Yeah,
You love your job so much.
I really do.
Yeah.
What do we got today, Vito? Run me through the set. What do we got?
So we have a really hardworking office man doing office stuff, obviously. You have a very unfortunate accident and a very hardworking man reporting said accident, because that's what he does. He reports accidents. This is a very hardworking man of the drink, if you will. He works at a very funny place with funny people, you know, because funny. I don't know how that shopping cart got in there. And we also have a very hardworking man doing some stuff underneath this this vehicle here, and then there's this guy over here, you know, just being a good Samaritan, taking care of his grandpa, you know, or somebody's grandpa, because he works at the hospital probably. Yeah, we love healthcare. Anyways,
It's just pushing old people around.
You know, I was gonna say, Vito, I'm not seeing any IO, so I'm gonna say it. I thought that halfway through the show, this Jack was gonna fucking drop.
That would have been great.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Yeah, back to the seats. But yeah,
MP3. Hell yeah.
Literally just literally in a mid conversation, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
oh my lord, can you imagine? But you know, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, I can't get that out of my head. It's so funny to me. All
Jack
right.
feeling and be like, and of course the safety guy would have to go over there and just start typing up reports on how this happened.
Oh, stop. I hate reports.
I hate work. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess who wants to go first in their field of expertise? Expertunga, if you will.
I've done a couple of
okay,
things.
so how are we even going to structure this episode? So are we just going to like just talk about our fucking jobs? Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I had in mind. You know, I have an idea.
Yeah, Pan, what do you do for a living, man?
I'm currently a student. I occasionally put bread on shelves in a grocery store on Sundays, and I've done a couple things in the past. From the office job, I was a U.S. Census agent.
Holy shit!
And I've done some. Yeah, I was. Yeah, during the 2020 census, I was a census agent. I walked up to people's houses and knocked on their doors and got yelled at by old people because they're confused why I was there. I was able. It's really funny because these were old people in gated communities. They weren't expecting anybody to knock on their door. I didn't see their faces. They were just upset that anybody was just wandered in there. But I have like the same authority to enter a place as like a police officer. That's what I was told. I have a badge. I have a car. I can just go into the gated community, and then I leave a note saying, "Hey, you didn't do the U.S. Census, and we still need to count you."
Okay.
One of my other friends, Frog, actually did it too, and it was fun.
You have a friend named Frog? That's so cool.
That's what we call them.
Badass.
At the start of doing the U.S. Census, which will happen again in 5 more years because it happens every 10. When you start off, it's a lot of people are rather nice and they'll gladly help you. By the end, the only people left to get through are old people who didn't want to answer the door. And remember to do the census, please. Though I will mention there are a lot of people who probably haven't personally because their mothers were doing it or their wives were doing it, and now they're alone and divorced and whatever, and they're upset that somebody who always did all the stuff isn't doing them anymore.
That is.
One guy was really mad that I knocked on his door, though. He's anyway. What else do you want to hear? Oh, want me to tell the one about the pregnant woman and that was supposed to be training for my office job?
What? Yeah, dude. Okay, hold on. Pump the brakes. Why are you such an enigma, bro? Like,
why am I such an enigma?
You are a fucking, like, I was just explaining to Penny. I'm like, dude, you are an SCP. Like, I know less. I know more about Pissweed. No, I know more about Pissweed's love life than I do your own life, bro. Like, dude, not too long ago, I'm like, wait, you're a beautiful SCP to me. Just keep on going.
Right. So, I'm assuming that you kind of gave me the clear to tell this story, but and you read the summary. But I will say, all right. So the story when I worked in the office training this guy. This was for as a contractor of a power company under. Can I say the name? It's vague enough. You can probably cut that out. NextEra Energy. Okay. I didn't say what like actual power company, but still. So, I do my job, which my job is kind of we put in tickets to do to say what power lines basically need to be replaced. Well, not the power lines, the pylons themselves, the actual transmission poles.
Right.
Going from wood to concrete usually.
Okay.
So the ticket system is basically just, hey, here's the work that needs to be done on the pole. We're transferring the stuff. We're adding a pole. We're removing a pole. We're updating infrastructure, whatever. I streamline that, so it's my entire job is basically copying and pasting spreadsheets into spreadsheets. I was living people's dreams and accidentally made myself a nightmare because I was bored every day. But Team Lee kind of noticed that I was able to train somebody and brought in one day a person from a different department. This person was pregnant, and an office job is a lot easier than like I think a warehouse position or something with a mail or something. She was on her feet previously. I knew that.
Right.
First day, I show her around the office a little bit, introduce her to the work. They're still ironing out her account. Second day, she starts having convulsions. She's kind of just in the cubicle across from mine, kind of like in a lot of discomfort. And I was awkwardly sitting there like, hey, do you need anything? I don't know how to help you, because that was like me being 22 a couple years ago.
And then first you take your leg and twist it way up there. And then you do the flop.
She the flop. Oh, the Prisma Network has joined the chat.
Hey,
welcome.
She eventually had to leave early to go to the hospital. Don't worry, I was afraid of that, but it wasn't that. She came back the next day, but to like get something, but she was kind of moved out of there. And the way I think that she was moved out of there was so she didn't clock out first, so that was kind of, I guess, her being a little upsetting the team lead for a bit. But he talked to me later, because while I was showing her around the office, I kind of made a passing comment that working from home was an option. Yeah. And I got talked down to, because you're not supposed to tell some of the other employees. Yeah. No, this is a pregnant woman who had a thing, and I kind of mentioned like, hey, it might be more comfortable for you to do basically this job inside of your own home.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what work from home is great for, is the additional comforts. And they said no, that's a decision between management and their employees, and not me. And I just kind of like went with it.
Right. I mean, I get it.
But yeah. That's me being an enigma too, I guess. You never knew I worked for a power company at any point.
I mean, I figured with the suit and all that, like, you know, that's gotta be arc graded, right? At least.
Oh yeah, I
Flash
think
yeah, it's gotta be.
I should probably try to touch a power line at some point wearing the suit and find out if it's a Faraday cage.
Oh my.
Probably not. I'm no.
Or not.
Don't. I already have a different friend who works inside of like not works inside. I have a different friend who works for a different power company who, when I said, hey, I've seen some very large pylons in my area, they told me, hey, you can sometimes see the glow at night if they have enough charge in them, you know, with the contact points between the rest of it. As I mentioned, they have an audible hum, so they probably have a lot of electricity in the high voltage power lines.
Oh my god, dude. Pan.
Hi.
God. All right. So, Vito.
Hearing all that makes me want to lick an eye socket now.
No, don't.
Vito, I must ask. Don't start with your current job, okay? Tell me the history of the Vito Skeletino. What have you done before you were where you are?
Well, my first job, I also worked at the warehouse. I wasn't the safety guy, obviously, but so it was like it was a furniture dropship kind of company, sort of. My mom worked there, and I got the job through my mom because she was like one of the office workers, and I was like, I'll just be the warehouse guys, you know. Yeah. I think I was like, I was really intimidated because like, obviously it was my first job, and it was very labor intensive. It was a lot of just unloading trailers full of bar stools and finding out where to place certain things, and basically digging through this warehouse of boxes to find a certain furniture item.
True.
A lot of manual labor. That was probably the biggest my biceps have been in my life working that job.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. That was my first job. And then like I got this opportunity to work at a movie prop warehouse. And I was like,
dude.
I was like, oh, that sounds really cool.
That was actually a really fun like job you told me about. Do you have the photos? Are we allowed to show those or no?
Oh fuck no.
Okay.
Hey, you should probably cut this part where you even asked that question out.
No, it's fine. He can ask. I'm just gonna tell him no.
All right.
I can't share the photos of what was inside our showrooms or anything like that. But we had a lot of crazy cool stuff. Little old me did post a bunch of those photos on Facebook. I did get in trouble. I never removed them. But like, it was interesting because on the outside, you know, out of context, working for a movie prop warehouse company sounds really cool until you work at a movie prop company.
Oh,
so, I guess it really,
cool, but when you're actually
it
there,
really
it's
it's really gonna depend on who you work for. And I worked for this man whose name I won't reveal, but
Or a man.
his name was
Jim Bobo.
Jim Bobo Boblinski. Yeah, so Jim Bobo Boblinski, dude was a madman. Okay, so he was a very he owned more than just a prop business. He owned a recycling business right next door. So the recycling business was connected to our prop business, and he had 3 buildings for our props, all within the same sort of zip code, and we would drive between the buildings. He also did contract work and would use us to fulfill that work, right? So my very first day, well, you know what I did at a movie prop warehouse job? My very first day is I helped put fake grass in his daughter's yard. And I went on the next day and I helped clear out a bunch of cubicles that like hired my boss. We went out there with sledgehammers and like other stuff, and we were just ripping out cubicles. I didn't get to actually like mess with any props until maybe like a week after that. Right?
That's so weird.
And so I was mostly just helping display the showrooms for the salesmen, basically.
Right.
And I would help clean up, and I would help fulfill orders. Like if somebody wanted to rent out this specific prop or these series of props, I would help people grab those and bring them out to be, you know, loaded up onto these trucks, you know. It was really cool, but it's also like so that prop company website, but that prop company job is the precursor to why I became the safety guy.
Are you serious?
So yes. So
what the fuck?
it was cool because I got to meet a lot of different producers. I got to sometimes go on certain sets that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Ooh.
And it was a really cool thing. It was in California, obviously, so I got to really see a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
However, it was by far one of the most unsafest working conditions I think I've ever been in, because there were no guidelines. There were no guidelines at all, and my boss was a very just do it, I don't care how you do it kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Don't get it.
Lots of liability
running.
there. Lots of liability there, right? So, I worked with my dad at that job, and I nearly saw him lose his life, and that was really scary to me. Yeah. So
Jesus.
we were unloading a safe, right? And this isn't like so here's a little inside knowledge with the movie prop business. Sometimes real things can be props, and that happens a lot more often than you think. Like we use real stuff instead of just fake foam shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Like we would make stuff like fake trash, we called it, where we'd get these garbage bags and we get a bunch of clean newspaper and we would just tear the fuck out of it and spray it with brown and just make, we call it clean trash.
Yeah,
we made it clean trash, right? Yeah.
Disney it.
But sometimes we'd use real stuff, and we got a real safe. Okay, this thing was on wheels. It was on the back of a flatbed truck that we would use occasionally. We parked at an incline, and because that was smart, safe with wheels, and we started to move it off of the truck to get it back onto the lift gate. But the lift gate is also kind of lowered a little bit, kind of like more on the incline. So we were trying to move it to the lift gate. That thing started to roll, and my dad tried to stop it. He wasn't going to stop a full-on safe. So it pushed him off of the truck. He fell off the truck.
No.
And then the safe came crashing down and landed next to his head.
Oh my God!
There's a dent, like a very visible dent in the pavement still, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus Christ, Vito.
It was like asphalt, and it was like 100 degrees out, so like,
Yeah, it's like a Jesus though. Still,
it's a safe, But I mean, there was just a lot of weird like corners we cut, man, and it was like there was this time where we had to get an AC unit, right? And this AC unit was sitting on top of these racks, right? But these racks had wood slats, But these racks have been outdoors, and they stay outdoors. They're made of wood.
And
the slats are made of wood, and they weather over time. They get rained on, the sun beats on them, and we have a whole ass AC unit sitting on top. One of the most unfucking it was so hard to walk on those because like the wood would be so soft, And we had to get the thing down, and we couldn't find the ladder. So me and my dad had this genius idea of, oh, hey, you know what? Jump on the forks, and I'll ride you up. And that's exactly what we did. So I jumped on these forks. I'm like, all right, Dad, lift me up, And then like I put the AC unit on the forks with me, and then he brought me back down. Now, last thing I'll talk about the movie prop place. Again, there was a lot of cool to it, but it was quite unsafe. I had fun, but so after seeing my dad almost die and then cutting all these corners and whatnot, I almost died. I had a very close near-death experience. So, like I said, we wore a lot of different hats there. My boss would kind of hire us for other odd jobs,
right?
And we were cleaning out like an airline part company, right? So we had this big thingamabobber. We had no idea what it was, right? And it was kind of hollow. And they're like, "Hey, Vito, go under there and check out what's under there, with a flashlight." I'm like, "Okay, great. I'll look at it." And they took 3 people to lift it up, and I was under there. And I was like, all right, cool. It's pretty hollow. There's really nothing in here. They're like, all right, cool. They thought I got out, but then they let go. This was a very heavy thing. It took, like I said, it took 3 people. And then my dad noticed I was still under there, and he was like, guys, wait. And I saw it come down, and I rolled out. And if my dad hadn't said anything and a whole bunch of people didn't try to stop it, and I didn't roll out in time, I would have died 100%, because that was a very heavy thing. Yeah. So that's why it's a prerequisite of me becoming a safety guy, because I've seen how negligence can really like hurt people. You know.
Yeah.
So eventually when I moved to a different state, I got the opportunity to work for let's call it an e-commerce pet company. We've already said it a couple times here, so you can probably do your homework. But it's a warehouse job, very similar to Amazon. I wasn't initially the safety guy. I was just a dude working there, right? But then like the opportunity to join the safety committee was on my lap, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, why not? And then they liked me so much, they made me a seasonal coordinator. And then I excelled so much in that role, and the seasonal was supposed to end at some point, but it just never ended. And I was like asking my boss at the time, I was like, so when do I go back to just being like a regular team member? He's like, honestly, I think you'd excel more as a coordinator, so I think we're gonna make you permanent. And so
you got the job.
So basically, I just became like a permanent EHSC there, which stands for Environmental Health and Safety Coordinator. And I've been a coordinator for about 4.5 years, almost 5 years now. So,
damn.
Yeah, that's my journey. Now, do you want to know about the ins and outs of what it's like to be a coordinator? Because let me tell you, there's never a dull fucking moment. I don't say that much.
You know what? I'd love to know how to do your job.
Okay. So I won't steal the whole show because there's a lot to talk about with my job, but I'll talk about a few things. So some things that my job consists of, right, is one, I'm making sure the building's OSHA compliant. So I'm doing quarterly audits, annual audits, weekly, monthly, etc. Right?
Yeah.
We're making sure our high risk programs are up to date and yada yada, right? So I'm also responsible for being like the point of contact for incidents and injuries in the building, right? Mm-hmm. So if somebody hits a rack with a forklift, or if somebody drops a product from like a high bin location, right, it falls to the ground below, you know, or it's let's say there's like a chemical spill from like a product, you know, they're always going to call me. And then of course there's the injuries. Anytime somebody strains or sprains or gets cut, or you know, it's whatever, they're going to call me. I'm also responsible for conducting the drug tests at the site.
Oh.
And yeah, and let me tell you, man, in a building of 700 plus employees, there are some characters out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I used to work the night shift, and let me tell you, there's not a single dull moment working as a safety coordinator on a night shift. The amount of times I've been called by the security guard saying like, hey, there's a guy in our truck yard. I don't know who he is. And I have to go out there with a flashlight like, hey, hi, hello, who are you? Why are you here?
Dude, Jesus Christ.
And they're like, nah, man, because I was just like, you know, I work in the other building and I was called here. I'm like, no, you weren't. Goodbye. Please leave.
Literally, that's like the start of like an indie horror game. Like when a guy walks in the indie horror game and you walk outside and it's like, oh man, what are you doing here? And
there was this creepy as fuck. there was somebody in our parking lot once. It's this lady, right? I'll call her the lady of the night. So that should tell you something.
Yeah. Forget about 5 days at Freddy's. It'd just be like 5 days at Vito's work.
So
five days at
security called me, right? And I was like, they were like, hey, like, we have this person who's out in our parking lot. Like, she doesn't work here, but she keeps coming back. And I've been telling her to leave, and they're not leaving. Can you give me some support? I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll be right there. Give me like 5 minutes, right?
Night.
I call her that because she's out there with some, let's say, revealing kind of clothing, right? I'm like, hey, can I help you? Like, oh, I'm actually just waiting for my friend. I'm like, okay. Who is your friend? They're like,
right.
Well, I mean, he goes by like a lot of different names, but like we just kind of refer to each other as like, friend and other stuff. I'm like, so you don't know your friend's name,
bro? Vito...
Like, no, but he's gonna pick me up. I'm like, I don't believe you. I need you to leave the parking lot. It's like, but like he's gonna give me a ride though. Yeah, like she was just not selling this at all.
Yeah.
And she finally gave me a name that existed on shift at the time. I was like, okay, I might know this person. I don't know how you know this person. She's like, oh, well, we've been friends for a long time. I'm like, okay, that's great. You can't be in our parking lot. They're like, okay, well, where can I be? I'm like, you see the corner over there by the stop sign? You can be right there. You could be at the very edge of what we consider our parking lot. She's like, okay, I'll be there, but I'm trying to sleep right now. I'm using your benches. I'm like, I can't have you use our benches to sleep. I'm sorry. You could sleep by the stop sign.
Oh my god.
She's like, okay, fine. And then eventually I find the guy. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna judge you. I don't know how you know this person. There is a person outside looking for you. Can you please explain yourself? He's like, oh yeah, I just she's homeless. I just wanted to help her. I'm like, okay.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, we met today at the smoke shop. I was like, that's funny because she told me that you all were like great friends. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know, maybe she's nervous. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, listen, don't tell people to come to our job site.
Yeah,
please,
straight up.
I was like, don't do that. That's just not okay.
Else but here.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of those, and then obviously there's the injuries. Those are never fun.
Right.
Just because you never want anyone to get hurt. Although there are some injuries, quote end quote. I'm not claiming that people are liars. Okay, I'm not claiming that. All right, I want to make that very clear. But there are some people who
that are
really
totally
don't
abusing the system,
who really don't understand how workers' comp works, and really doesn't understand how most job sites handle conservative care. Right. So very, very often we'll have somebody get hurt, quote unquote, and they'll say, well, I'm gonna go home. I'm like, okay, well, you have the hours to do so. You're like, well, what do you mean I have the hours? I'm like, well, if you have your unpaid time, your paid time, your sick time, if you got those hours, you're free to use those hours. So like, so you're not gonna pay me? I'm like, no. Because that's not how that works. Now, let's say you get your entire leg cut off and you get sent to the emergency room and we're responsible for that. Yeah, we're going to pay you to stay at home.
Yeah.
That's what we call a lost time incident. But
yeah, if you're
right now
immobilized.
Okay, there's a ladder system, right? So it's like if you're hurt, the first thing I'm going to tell you is self-care. Okay, do everything you can in your ability to make sure you're taking care of yourself at home during breaks, after work, etc. And we're going to keep following up with you every single day. We'll even provide some conservative care here in the house, right? If you need to step off the floor to ice for a little bit, go ahead. That's conservative care. But you signed up to do a job, you're going to do a job. Okay. Now, let's say their pain's getting worse, or let's say it's getting not changing. You know, we can do telehealth. After telehealth, we can do clinics. You know, there's a ladder system. A lot of people abuse that. We had, oh my gosh, I've had so many.
We're stressing them out, guys.
Oh no.
We've had so many people just, like I said, I'm not claiming this, but like BS a lot of injuries, and I'm just why?
Yeah.
Like people don't understand that, like, bro, stubbing your toe is not gonna get you out of work. I'm sorry, that's just not how it fucking works. You know, it's just like, damn.
This is Vito's rant session, guys. Let him cook.
And okay, like I said, I'm trying not to steal the show, but like, there's a lot of variables that go into my job. The most idiotic, stupid injury I have ever had in my life.
This fucking
we had this person, right? Who signed out a floor scraper, right? It's like a little blade that's attached to a pole that scrapes up tape on the floor, okay? They were doing some capital projects for the building. They were redoing some tape for us, you know, whatever, right? This person was driving it's called a MoveX, right? It's called it's like a scooter, right? They use that to pick up carts, and they take those carts and they pick out of them, right? That's how it works. This person was driving by on their little scooter, the little MoveX, right? And they saw this person with the floor scraper taking the cover off and just inspecting the blade before he works, right? This person drives by and goes, "Is that sharp?" And slides her hand across the blade, bro. She had to get 12 stitches.
Why?
She just said, "Is that sharp?" Like, dude, you tell me. You tell me.
She did tell
sharp?
you.
Yes. So we have what's called recordables. An injury going recordable means the doctor prescribed the medication, or they got restrictions, like work restrictions, or they got, you know, PT appointments. You know, that's all going to be recordable. That was the fastest recordable I think I've ever seen in my life. Drove by this person. "Is that sharp?" Slice. Goes to the freaking clinic. Instant recordable. Goes on our OSHA log. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I was like, what are you doing? You know? Last thing is, drug testing people can be really emotional, and it can be really scary.
Yeah.
I've had some freakouts. I had this one person, like, I pulled out the swab, and he was like, "Oh, hell no," and he ran out of the exit door, and the alarm like, went off, and I was just like, "Oh,
dude, no shit." You even talked about that on Tunecast.
I did. Oh
yeah, dude. I remember that he was like, "Oh hell." You poor man.
You know, I also kind of realized, hey, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned an actual name of a business.
That's fine.
Let me tell you, like, no, it's fine. I already forgot. Everyone else did too. So, freaking, what I'll say is, like, it's a thankless job because everybody. So I get a really bad rep at my job at being the guy that points the finger and says, "Hey, stop doing that," and then I just walk around and collect my check. Right. Nobody sees what's behind the curtain, and I think like that's a really good segue after we talk with Pissweed here about work curtains. When I say work curtains, I'm like, what do you see on the outside of a business, and then what's actually happening in a business? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I had no idea, you know, work injuries and stuff like that even worked this way until like I dipped my feet and I was like, wow, this is so interesting. And I just lost a lot of patience and a lot of respect for a lot of different people who just falsify injuries, man. Because being the guy on the other end is just like, Anyways, I'll stop yapping. But Pissweed.
Huh?
That's a lot of grease on your shirt, man.
What do you do?
What I do? I
crank damn it.
Yeah, I crank damn it. I'm a full-time auto mechanic. I work on vehicles for a living. And
Pissweed actually gave me automotive advice the other day. I mean, it was pretty cool. Just saying.
Ooh.
yeah. So I can, you kind of have to catch me on a good day to do, because normally I'm more of their in-person type diagnostics and that stuff where I have to, usually it's kind of hard for me to diagnose things over the phone in a way, but then certain days where my gears really start turning my head when somebody explains to me and all that. It's like, okay, yep, I know. It's like, okay, I've seen enough of how this happens here. I can visualize it in my head and all that. And it's like, yeah, I would suggest doing this, and this.
Mm.
And
if I told you over the phone, like, hey, the weird like metal piece that kind of shapes to like an L on the front top part of the car, like under the hood part on the corner, like that's making a weird noise. Like,
that's way too vague.
How do I fix that?
There's a lot of L-shaped pieces.
You know what?
The fuck? I thought you were a mechanic.
You know what? It's time for our first Tunecast game, ladies and gentlemen, and it starts with Pissweed. Pissweed, are you ready?
No.
It's time to ask the mechanic. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're all gonna fucking just blast him one at a time and try to get him to answer our shit. Sound good? Let's do it.
I didn't know this was gonna be a test. All right.
I'm gonna go first. Okay, Pissweed, are you ready?
No, as I ever will be.
Question number 1, okay? My Mini Cooper is making a problem to where, as you know, I do not have a dipstick. So why is it, Pissweed, that when I park my car, it doesn't let me measure my oil?
It doesn't have a dipstick, but where you park your car, it doesn't have oil?
Okay, now here, listen to me. I'm going to rephrase this. So, my car does not have a dipstick under the hood. I have to manually go inside my car, go to the computer inside the car, the center console, and literally measure my oil. It literally measures my oil.
Yeah, that's literally level sensors in there and that stuff, which I think that is a really dumb design because that shit goes wrong. Dipstick is old reliable. The reason why, here's a rant here, the reason why they stopped doing that is to save cost, but yet add more research and development by adding sensors to it so they can charge you more into if that sensor fails and that stuff, because a dipstick is reliable. It's it's forever. It's everything.
Get that guy. All right.
Fucking Audi's does the same thing. It's like, I want to check the oil level. Yeah, there's no dipstick. What? So they just want you to. They want to sell you an engine versus keeping it maintained. It's
That's
stupid.
Right. Somebody hit him quick! Where did they go?
That's why I like old vehicles. Old vehicles you can actually.
So P-Dubs, so I got a 2017 Kia Sportage, right? And lately when I'm turning at like really low speeds, especially in parking lots, there's like this sort of binding feeling, like when the wheels don't want to turn smoothly, like no lights on the dash, but it feels like something's like fighting me every time. Like what's happening?
That sounds like
Kia Sportage.
It's what do you mean it's fighting you, like the wheel?
Yeah, like sometimes like it doesn't turn as smooth as it wants to. When I make slower turns, you know what I mean?
And there's no groaning noise or anything like that?
What do you think, power steering?
I was thinking power steering as well.
Yeah. I don't know much about cars, but I know what breaks.
Let's see.
So what do I need to do then?
You got to go get power steering fluid and then feed it through.
if it is actually.
Oh, I forgot to put the headlight fluid in.
Yes, right. The blinker fluid.
What is it?
If you're.
Would you say P-Dubs?
If it does actually have a hydraulic power steering system, then it would probably be low on fluid. But then also at the same time, you'd be hearing a lot of groaning noise, like a power steering whine to it.
Yeah, like.
But if it's electronic power steering.
Well Well, it hasn't been doing it late, like super lately, but it does occasionally happen. Okay, but something that does happen all the time is when I'm backing out of a parking space. Like my brakes squeak like a motherfucker. Only when I back out of parking spaces, though. Yeah, I don't have really squeaky brakes any other time until like my car's been sitting for a while and I have to back out of a parking space. It's like squeak.
You probably have a little bit of rust building up on the rotors, but they do tend to clear themselves out where the brake pad material makes contact with the rotors.
That or you just need new brake pads.
I'll talk to the mechanic, thank you. Okay.
And when was the last time you had the brakes checked? That's the next thing.
It's been a while. I haven't taken it to the shop in a while.
Certain brake pads will actually have a little piece of metal that's on the steel part of the brake pad, and if it gets low enough, it makes contact to the rotor that makes a squeak noise. But sometimes it'll do it backwards or forwards, and it'll be constant.
Only when I go reverse.
Yeah, and when you apply the brakes and that stuff, the noise usually goes away. And let's see. Oh, and speaking about that, I just recently had a vehicle come in today where it was doing that similar thing where we're backing up. It would just make a god-awful squeak and squeal noise. Found out there was just a rock trapped between the rotor and the dust plate. So
maybe I also have a rock.
You could
I do live in
a little
rocky-ass Arizona, so...
You probably picked up a rock. It'll eventually grind
quick.
itself out.
Give him a dick twist! Finishing blow!
Alright, Pissweed, I want to ask you a question. Do you have any idea what a 1997 Toyota Tacoma looks like, and more specifically, what its water pump gasket looks like?
It's been a while since I've worked on a Toyota Tacoma.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Toyota tacos are a lot more common in the Midwest.
Taco.
Well, the taco comas, yeah.
Sorry. You guys never called it that?
I just need you to describe to me what the water pump gasket looks like for it.
I haven't pulled one of those things off before, so I don't know what they really look like. Tacomas are, they're pretty popular and that stuff, but I don't work on enough of them, or actually...
Shit mechanic.
I've done preventive
What a
maintenance on them, that's about it.
1 star, dude. This guy spits in my gas tank.
I'm going back to the dealership.
Can you describe to me what this looks like to you, Pissweed?
Let's see. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Is it normal to fit a whole can of SpaghettiOs in my gas tank?
Usually, any fuel tank is usually a basic fuel tank is about 12 to 16 gallons. That's for your regular decent size fuel. Yeah, you're gonna fit a full can of goddamn SpaghettiOs in there.
Hey man,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
my car makes like this glug, 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 glug noise when I do it, so I really think it likes it. You know, it's like Herbie. You know, it looks like Herbie, so maybe he likes it. You know.
Can I steal someone else's? Can I steal someone else's catalytic converter and attach it to mine to make it even powerful?
Dude,
Yeah.
my fucking
That's illegal.
my car on its 3rd can of SpaghettiOs.
Bro, please, bro. Why?
I saw some guys like doing the whole like putting juice inside the gas tank prank, where they told a mechanic they put juice inside of it and said like, well, yeah, I just juiced it up. You know, I put a V8 in it. Or
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Drink.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, Pissweed, I accidentally just put diesel in my fucking car. What do I do?
What do I do?
You fucking take it to the shop immediately, and you start siphoning that tank out.
You almost said start jerking.
Just start jorking it, bro.
Start jorking it.
Just fucking straight jorking it, man. Instructions unclear. Dick stuck in gas cap.
What happens if I don't go to the shop and I say I'll be fine and keep
It
driving?
will just stop running.
immediately, or does it like resist first?
See, that was kind of boring. I was expecting like, no, your car's gonna blow up and you will die.
No,
Well, like, I don't know,
It just
nobody.
won't fucking run anymore. Your combustion chamber pressures ain't high enough to detonate something like that.
Well, what about putting gasoline in a diesel engine?
That's bad news.
Yeah.
That's when you start
Why?
wrecking shit.
Oh,
Wait, so I can't-
high
I
compression,
can't put-
the high compression chambers and that stuff. Gasoline is more volatile at lower pressures versus like diesel.
What if
Diesel
I made
relies-
what if I made
What?
gasoline soup? Okay, I did unleaded and plus, and then diesel, and I combined it all together, and I poured that bitch in my. my
Then you just make kerosene.
Vito, did you almost just say your ass?
His ass, yeah.
No.
Gasoline
Pour it in
plus
my-
diesel fuel and Vito's ass.
What is happening?
Kerosene.
The Freudian slips tonight, man. Yeah, I will say,
gosh,
you got one hell of a crazy job. Yeah, man. All right.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea for another game, by the way.
Yeah, what's
Wanna
that? Mm-hmm.
Okay, I call
Ken?
it job swap. Right? We are going to.
Whoa! You
We're-
haven't
we're
even
going
asked
to-
me what I do.
What do you
I already know what you do.
Mr. Mercy?
You're Studio Mercy.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Studio Mercy.
Is this what it's like to be left behind?
Okay, right. No, you're right. That's just payback for other stuff. Anyway, so tell me, Studio Mercy, what is Studio Mercy outside of Studio Mercy?
Studio Mercy outside of Studio Mercy. Okay, guys, as you can clearly
what a
see
mouthful.
in the back, I am a
He's a bartender.
bartender. I'm more than a bartender, though. I'm kind of a Swiss Army knife in a way. So, without disclosing where I work, how do you even explain it, Vito? I work at a.
You're the front man.
Well, that's the thing. I can't even tell you what I do because it gives away where I work.
I'd like to know.
I mean, honestly, I think you guys already know at this point, especially since I've talked about it on the podcast before. I work
Yeah.
at the National Museum of Comedy. Yes, I work
Wow.
at a comedy museum. And let me tell you, guys, it is the funnest fucking place I've ever worked at. I know that sounds like I know the guy in the back's crying, but that's just because a customer was rude to me. But basically, it's so fun, guys. So I don't know if you've ever been, but the National Comedy Center, let me tell you, is the destination of comedy. Okay, and this is actually going to lead into what you were about to do. So, remember the game I had posted, Vito?
No. I have to
Okay.
look again, I'm sorry.
Damn. Yeah. So just check that out and let me know what you think, because that's what I'm going to be leading into. But yeah, guys.
Where is it at again?
It should be.
Which channel?
I don't know. Look. Yeah. Just for use your eyes, goober. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever been, but it's super fun. Basically, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what we do, because it's kind of like my little spiel I do at work. So what we do is we give you a little comedy wristband, okay? And you go to a kiosk. Vito, you've actually been to the Lucy Desi Museum before, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
Long time
and-
ago.
very long ago. But there's actually been some new stuff since you've been there. Since you've been there, I do know you saw her Mercedes Benz. Do you remember that?
I do. It's kind of
Yep.
cool looking.
Yes. So guys, let me tell you a little bit. I know probably a lot more about Lucille Ball than she probably wanted me to know. Yeah, no, it's cool. But like her whole history and stuff, that's when we get hired there, we have to learn the history, how they passed away, where they're scattered, etc. But Comedy Center is so much funner than that, because what we do, it's all based on you guys. So just real quick, Vito, who's your favorite comedian?
Oh my gosh, that was okay. That was a left hook. Give me a second, man. That was like a favorite comedian.
Just need one.
What?
There's two that I like. I like Buffy, and I
Okay.
like Dave Chappelle.
I mean, you
Okay.
can't go wrong with Chappelle. You can't go
Mhm.
wrong with Chappelle for
Okay.
sure. We'll start there. Bill Burr's
Alright.
pretty funny sometimes.
No,
Although he's a little
I can already tell you, not just because you're all of my friends, but you guys would have a great time throughout the museum because you all share the same sense of humor, in a way, okay? So here's how it works. As soon as you walk in, we give you a giant wristband that goes on your wrist, and you go into a kiosk, and you basically pick all of your favorite comedians and your favorite shows, your favorite movies. What that does, guys, our museum is actually alive. So as you walk through this place, okay, and you start scanning your wristbands, we are going to be giving you stuff based on your sense of humor, nobody else's. But if we're in a crew like us and we do stuff together, it's literally going to tailor us a show based on what we have in common. It's so cool. It's so fun. Tons of different stuff, guys. We have Seinfeld's puffy shirt, you know, the pirate shirt he wore. We have Gabriel Iglesias' new Volkswagen that he actually just donated not too long ago. It is so fun. I actually have a, he donated that
thing.
Guys, I don't know if you knew this. He is an avid collector of Volkswagen buses. He has a lot of them, and he donated one of them. It was actually the same one that he rode from the Dodger Stadium show. We have the shirt he wore, and I actually got a picture with him, as you guys all saw, but very sweet, great guy. But yeah, we have a wonderful team, and let me tell you guys, I would absolutely love if y'all just popped in and said, Mercy? I'm like, oh, because what I do is I do admissions, I help on the floor, and then I'm the bartender. So yes, you actually get to walk around with drinks, cocktails, etc. So I'm basically guest experiences like oriented, you know. I make sure that everybody's having a damn good time, and I'm mostly in a dress shirt and tie all the time, just walking around, you know, running around, and it led me to some weird moments, you know, especially based on where we're located. And I'm not saying this is not a local problem, it's an everywhere problem. Homeless people are scary, you know. I think we can all agree on that. And yeah, it got to a point where we share a bus like stop. You know, that's what was one of our, you know, grants was a bus. We have to have it. Can't get rid of it. And it's fun, but at the same time, the people that are in that bus garage are absolutely scary. And this leads me to one of my topics, okay? So before I had this job, okay, we have all had, you know, run-up jobs in the past, all right? Well, where the hell is it? Oh, it's Tunecast. Okay. The Crystal Curse. All right, everybody. So, it's time for the spookums, all right? The spankers. The fucking spookulous creeps, all right?
Spooky scary.
Yeah.
So, imagine you're working late at night at Subway, and you hear your boss yell, "Oh, hell no! First name, last name, get out here!" And I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on? You know, like, oh, I'm probably in trouble. There is somebody fucking fighting my boss to get our fucking Subway carpet. Like, it's tug of war. And she's great. She's like, "It's mine. I bought this." And he's like, help, get this bit. And so I run out. I grab it. And I'm yanking with him now. And she's strong. She's fucking powered on crystals. And she's like, "Ooh." And she starts grunting. And this actually happened. She's like, "Ooh," like a fucking gorilla. And then we kicked her out of the store. That was the first instance of Crazy Crystal. Then, my second job, working at Tim Hortons. As we all know, Tim Hortons is a wonderful coffee fast food chain. Very beautiful. I personally like that food over Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, because if you're dunking these nuts. So, but I'm sitting there, you know, it's just a chill night, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready to clock out, you know what I'm talking about? And then out of the corner of my eye, I see a hand at the window. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm sneaking in and it's Crazy Crystal. She's trying to peel the stickers off of our drive-through window. And I'm like, what the fuck? What do we do? I'm like, she's followed me. So I go to my boss. I'm like, boss, there's a crazy lady trying to peel the stickers off her Tim Hortons window. And they said, oh, hell no. So they fucking run out and we have an altercation with this girl again. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then that's done. I'm like, whatever, man. You know, 2 jobs in a row. That's kind of crazy, right? Well, I started picking up a gig at Dollar General. I was getting pretty good at it, you know. I almost became a key holder, you know. I'm gonna be locking up the stores at night. And out of nowhere, a woman walks in with nothing but her underwear on.
Oh,
and I'm
Jesus.
like, what the fuck? And she's like, the crystals are guiding me. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Crazy Crystal again. And then basically, I'm like, what the fuck? So we ask her to leave, you know, like I get my new boss involved. I'm like, boss, there's a woman in the store with just underwear and a shirt. And she was like, oh, hell no. She runs out. An altercation and fucking ends again. And then I'm walking around the store late at night, you know, and I'm sitting there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, normally when you go through Dollar General at the end of the night, you have to do what's called takebacks, you know, like recoveries. Okay, so like if fucking Vito Skeletino's like, I just worked out, maybe I can't get these Oreos, and you put the fucking Oreos in the automotive aisle, I have to take those back to where they belong. Okay, and sometimes you find ice cream in the clothes. That's just how it works. You know what I'm talking about? And it gets to the point where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't remember selling these clothes. And I fucking turned them over and they have a skid mark.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. So basically what Crystal did is she dumped some of her nasty clothes at our store. And let's just say I wish I could burn these hands. Even after like 97 hand washes, like 97,000 hand washes, I still don't like eating sandwiches. But you think this is it?
Worse than blood on your hands.
You think this is it, right? Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. It's the boss fight. Basically, sitting there. This is at my new job. And I look out into the field behind the workplace and I see her stomping around, moaning. She's like, oh, and I'm like, how are you still alive? First off. And then second off, she fucking looks through the window and she starts yelling like some fucking necromancy bullshit, man. I'm like, listen, I do not have time for this lady, you know? So, that was the last I saw of her for a bit. The last time I saw her was actually with Penny. We went back to Dollar General. And out of the blue, okay, I was just about to walk into the store. And she's like, fuck you and your gas-powered car, you piece of shit. You're ruining the environment. Oh, fuck you. So literally, I went, and then I fucking just, you know, pulled out my Studio Mercy, you know, autograph book and I fucking smacked her in the face with it. So, yeah, you know, I gotta say, guys, you know, homeless are fun and also not fun at the same time, you know? Yeah. Like, let me just say, guys, you ever just wanted to just fucking slap something? You know what I mean? Just straight fucking... just slap it, you know. I'm talking just, you know,
all the time.
Slap. You see, guys, when I worked at Tim Hortons, there was a fucking creamer bag Now, I don't know if you guys have ever let me tell you about this thing.
I know where this is going.
Dude, that fucking creamer bag was so methodic and like cathartic to hit. You know what I mean? Because it's just this big blubbery fucking white bag. So I'm just like, yo, guys, come slap this. We're like, okay. And guys, literally, I'm not even joking.
The creamer bag, the jiggle physics.
It's straight up. We are just slap that shit, man. We are all like, dude, like 3 or 4 employees are sitting there, just fucking
smack.
Dead. We're just tag teaming this bag.
You know what I mean? Cream into butter here.
Yo, it's so funny. I love it. Just like you ever go into the fucking Home Depot store and you just get those fucking bags of pellets? You just wow. You know what I'm talking about? God damn. It's so good. But no, I will say, I really like slapping the creamer bag. I like Tim Hortons. My favorite thing of Tim Hortons, fun fact, was actually making the ice cap mix. Oh, it smells so good. Dude, have you guys ever had an ice cap?
Nope.
Never been to Tim Hortons.
Okay, have you ever had a Frappuccino, boys?
Yes.
Imagine that, but Canadian.
I don't know how that.
I just had black coffee.
What do you mean? Okay, guys, it's a frozen coffee. It's like a fucking. It's a
but what do you mean?
But
Canadian? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like, what makes it Canadian?
Yeah, it's because it's fucking Tim Hortons. I don't know.
Frappuccino, but Canadian.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just listen. I really like Tim Hortons, but in my personal opinion, I think Tim Hortons is better than any other coffee place. And Vito, I swear to God, if you come down here and you say that it sucks, that's just on point with how our relationship has been.
I think the real Sam would probably be in disagreement.
I'm a big fan of Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Chilling in a hot tub. 6 feet apart because they're not gay.
Dutch Bros. That's my favorite coffee joint.
Wow. I gotta say. So that's another thing too. When it comes to, you know what, guys? I'm gonna pump the brakes real quick because I am absolutely fucking pissed at current events. And what I'm talking about is I'm talking about non-copyright music. So as we all know, during Tunecast, I play music, right? Well, lately, I've been using these non-copyright music playlists on YouTube, okay? Because it's just easy to play it and you keep going, right? Well, when it comes to those, we have gotten multiple copyright strikes because what people are doing is they're taking the non-copyright music and making it their own, and then they're selling it, which gives it a copyright. And it pisses me off because I'm like, dude, I do not want to use a third-party website to pay for music that should be free. I'm a goddamn musician.
Royalty free.
A fucking man. So I'm going to say this right now. You know what, cameraman? Bring the camera closer. Guys, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of all of this goddamn non-profit and, non-copyright music. So I'm rolling out the fucking aforementioned, I'm pulling it out of the fucking depths of the Studio Mercy iceberg. I am doing the Studio Mercy singles program because I am sick and tired of this shit. We are going to be doing non-copyright music that will stay non-copyright forever, and I will fight tooth and nail for it. And I will even give every single one of you your own licenses so you can just fucking smother it in YouTube's face. So yes, look out for that in the near future.
Ooh.
Looking Kevin McLeod in the fucking corner, like you could not live with your own parents. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Literally back to me. It's so good. Listen. Just recently, me and Vito stumbled upon something called the Hollywood Edge. Shout out to the Hollywood Edge. It's a good sound of. Yes, we did. Well, I found it, but then I showed you, so you stumbled upon it at the same time. So.
Oh yeah.
It's basically it's a non-copyright soundtrack company that makes a bunch of high quality stuff. So if you make YouTube videos, Google the Hollywood Edge, because a lot of stuff actually uses them. You'd be surprised. Now, what the fuck was I even talking about?
You were talking about Crazy Crystal.
Oh yeah,
I
just
think that's over with.
yeah, just slap it.
And then after that,
Just slap it, part 1. Yeah, so basically, I like
Yeah.
slapping things. It's human nature.
Part 2.
Yeah, there's a part 2. And, like, as we all know, slapping things is fun, okay? I don't know if it's like a human nature, like slapping a bag of pellets, slapping a bag of creamer, slapping your partner's ass.
ballistics gel.
Yeah, ballistics gel, just slapping the ballistic gel dummy's ass. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a bad day, just fucking... I'm talking about, but...
Remember, your own home, Studio Mercy, needs personal enrichment.
Yep, that's true. But this brings me to my second job. I once worked at a biotechnical, basically, company. So basically what we would do is lab work. I really liked that job. It was one of the very few factory jobs that I actually enjoyed working at. Basically what we did is, this was the height of COVID, okay? I can't go into details on what we did, but I can tell you that I created a serum that would basically give food to a virus, okay? For a specific test kit that we have patented. And, it came in a big, this serum came in a big garbage bag of an IV. Dude, literally, Vito, it took like one Vito Skeletino lengthwise and like one Studio Mercy widthwise. That's how big this thing was. It was huge. It went on a fucking, like a dolly, and you rolled it around. You needed 2 people to do it, okay? But I'm telling you again, we fucking straight up slapped the fuck out of that thing, man. We're sitting there, and we're like, just fucking... What?
Is this the same place where you like there was this one closed door and you were saying like, oh, is this where whatever?
Yes.
It's like, to the one guy just had no humor whatsoever. Just, the look
excuse
and
me,
just
sir.
walked
I
away.
am currently slapping the bag. Okay, like let me stim real quick. But yes, but basically, yeah, dude, we fucking straight slap this thing every fucking day. Every morning we'd be like, "Good morning, guys." You know what I mean? And it would just it's basically a waterbed full of virus food. That's what it basically felt like. Yeah.
Nice, and you were slapping the shit out of that.
Oh, it's so good. Can I tell this story? Yes, I can. So, we worked with live serum sometimes. So that is basically Herpagona plus. You know what I mean? And there was some stories I've heard that a lady was eating candy in her lab coat during a live serum. And you already know somebody spilled syphilis in their lap. And it's one of those situations where how do you explain to your wife that you genuinely got it at work? But
that's a big no-no right there.
Yeah, but I will say, guys, Trinity. What I will say is that training was the best thing about that place. It's a wonderful place to work, and I met a lot of great people there. It was actually, I wish, honestly, it wasn't so terminal. You know what I mean? Like, I really wish I had a career there. It was such a fun job. I liked it brought some weight to it. You know what I mean? Like, you can say, oh, yeah, I'm a bartender. Oh, okay. No, I work at a biotechnical facility. Ooh, you know what I mean? It already has its perks. Like, we would have to have like lab coats, clean ones, dirty ones. We'd be under a hood. We'd squirt beads, the juice, cap it, and that we had to do 3,000 of those a day. You know, but there was always a joke that secretly there was a door that we weren't allowed to go into. It was literally like there was levels. You had level 1, level 2, level 3 access.
Clearances
Level 3
and that stuff.
Clearances, yeah. I could not go into I barely got to go into level 2. I had to walk through level 2 to get to level 3. And we were never allowed in level 3. It was like, you know, you had to have a biomedical degree to get in there and shit like that. And I'm like, God, how cool would that have been? You know what I mean? And it's one of those things, though, if you did waste your life on a biomedical degree and you actually worked there, if you wanted
your life is crazy.
well, you need to think about it in this way, because there's only one job that takes that degree in my area. Other than that, you literally need to transfer to New York State, like New York City. And it's just, in my area, it seems not too wise, right? I mean, like, why? That's like training your whole life for one boss fight and speccing into all this special gear for that one boss, and then the boss after that is completely different. You know what I mean? It's just like, listen, we all know college isn't too fucking, you know. I can't fucking stand college, man. I don't know how the hell. Pan, aren't you in college?
Yes, I am. I'm currently a student.
I'm so sorry. I can't do it, man. I'm not sorry for you. I'm sorry for me thinking about you. Because I definitely know you're bettering your fucking life. But that's the thing. It's like,
yeah, my job was very boring. That's kind of why I said, hey, I want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. Didn't you mention that you went to like a
university?
No. Like recently, you said you got into like a singing or like a vocal school or whatever, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I was mentioning how maybe I mentioned the intern test laboratory thing at one point, but no, I didn't get anything.
Is that a deep cut that you don't want to talk about?
Well, here's the thing. Wait, are we talking?
It's whatever.
I'm talking to Merce. No, hold on.
Oh.
Pause.
So basically, when it comes to the music, okay. So basically, yeah, I almost went to music college. It was funding. So the way it was structured, dude, no shit, it was gonna be like $160 a month. I can't afford that.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It doesn't sound too bad, right? But with the money I make, Vito, I can't afford that right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky if I get $100 at the end of all of my bills. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was at that point, guys, to look, I'm not gonna brag, but I'm intermediate advanced at singing and guitar. Okay, there's not much I don't know, but if I do know it, I can just Google it on YouTube. I just kind of wanted something to do, something to belong to. You know what I mean?
Good old YouTube University, baby.
Yeah, and it's just like, I wasn't ready to pay all that money for a guy to sit there and kind of teach me what I already know. And I'm the person to where I kind of just learn it on my own anyways. You know, like if you sit there and you teach me it, I have ADHD. That's not going to work. You know what I mean? I need to find a constructive way to learn. And normally I do it myself because, as everybody knows, anybody with ADHD is their biggest motivator. Because if you're into it, nobody can get you to be interested in something unless you make yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you make you would find a way to have fun while you're doing it. If you're having fun, you're gonna soak it up.
I'm gonna fucking soak that shit up. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't know, man. I really enjoy, you know, just I love what they stand for. It's just me personally, I can't afford that right now, you know. But yeah, I did go to college at one point in time. I was the fall 2020 semester. I was supposed to be computer information systems, CIS, and kind of like IT, Jesus. But what happened was, it was the height of COVID. Nobody knew how to do this online shit. You know, everything was still new. I couldn't get a hold of financial aid. Vito, I want you to understand, from the moment I signed up to the moment I had my first day, I knew fucking nothing. Nobody contacted me. Financial aid, it was a phone tag game. And not to mention, I didn't even have my school email. I literally had to email my professor and say, hey, I need you to trust me. I am a student. I need the Zoom link to get into class, through a personal email. The only reason I got in is because my professor actually let me. And then my second day of class, I had no schedule. I couldn't get in. So I missed my first day of class, and there was an assignment due the first day. I was already failing my first class. And I contacted the professor with my new school email, and I'm like, hey, I laid everything out. I'm like, this is exactly what's been happening. I am so sorry. Is there any way you could possibly, you know, kind of give me some leeway? You know, maybe I can make up that assignment that was due. And he's like, nope. You're already failing. He literally told me I'm already on his shit list, basically. And he's like, and if I'm like, well, I'd hope you would have worked with me on this. You know what I mean? And he's like, nope. Also, are you sure this course is right for you if you can't get your stuff situated the first day of class? Just like that. I swear to fucking God, I fucking quit right then and there, paid the $400 for my textbooks. That was the fucking most expensive Microsoft 365 package I've ever purchased in my whole fucking life. That's so sad. Isn't that just ripping? Thank you, man. Yeah. So that's my experience with college. And you know, and my friend, he was like, just stay in, dude. Oh, you can make that class up. I'm like, no, listen to me. If he's already the damage is done, dude.
It's the lost cause.
If that Uber douche, no offense, but if he's being like this to me now, imagine what he's gonna be like to me when there's like a serious issue down the road. You know what I mean? And I'm fucking 15 grand on the hole. It's just, you need to have a solid plan going into college. See, that's why I feel like college shouldn't be rushed on kids. Me personally, because that's a lot of money. Especially nowadays, guys. The price of college, you will never, most likely, unless you run a business, you will never pay that back in time.
Just join Arthur.
Did you say just join Arthur?
No, just join the military.
Yeah. Just join the military.
Oh,
yep.
True. Yep.
There are financing options from like the military as well as like FAFSA and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I will say, Vito, I feel like I'd be a private pile. I don't think I'm military ready, because I would genuinely, I wouldn't last a single second in army or military or any type. As soon as somebody yells at me, Vito, I genuinely, I've had this happen. I've taken a bathroom break and I've cried. I can't do it, man.
I made Mercy cry a couple times enjoying that stuff in the past.
That's fucked up, dude. Listen.
Fucked up.
Yo, you can't say shit, Vito. You made me cry multiple times. But
yeah, but it was a good cry, you bastard.
Oh yeah, but
it was a good cry too.
Yeah, he donated. Yeah, it's because he's like, hey, I know you're having some issues. Here's like an entire fix to your whole fucking problem. And I'm like, oh, you know what I mean?
Here's your Focusrite Scarlet.
Oh my fucking God, dude. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know we joke about the Focusrite Scarlet, but I wish I was sponsored by Focusrite, because holy fuck, has this literally changed my goddamn life. Guys, we wouldn't have been able to do Tunecast if we didn't have this Focusrite Scarlet. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You do something right now, Mercy, that's really bothering me and has been bothering me for the past hour and a half, but I have been too shy to ask you.
Don't even tell me, I already know.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome, bro. You're welcome, man. How did I know? Vito, we can too much, bro. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, man, these TVs are looking a little fucked. But yeah, guys, it's time for the second Tunecast game.
Oh.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
I hope so, bitch. It's time for... Sorry, I had to get the game show music. That shitting noise was me shitting out game show music. So, it's time for I'd Work There. So, here's what's going to happen. You guys, as much as we all love our jobs, you are going to try to hire us all by enticing us with the perks of your job. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Now, how this is going to work is it's going to be timer based, okay? So everybody is going to have approximately 1 minute to sell. Okay.
Okay.
Let me get the timer set up. All right. And the first person up, Pan. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'd say I'm ready. All right.
All right.
Which job am I doing? I'm doing a office job or what?
Whatever you want us, whatever job you've done or currently do, and you're trying to sell it to any of us. You got to pick who you want to do it to first.
All right. Hey, Pissweed. How would you like to sit in an air-conditioned building where you don't actually have to talk to anybody the entire day? Except you get an office chair. Hell yeah, that's what was my job in the office, because I basically copied and pasted those spreadsheets into spreadsheets, answered a couple emails, and I said probably less than 100 words a day to anybody around me. I said more words to the people in the cafeteria upstairs than to any human being. And holy shit, it's like, yeah, eat food up there. Sometimes I sneak into like the massage place, and I think you can too. Well, it's like a massage chair, relaxation room, whatever. It's just like great. You basically don't do any real work if you already like do the shit on paper. If that hell, the office sentiment is work smarter, not harder.
Wow, dude, that's the most corpo job. What do you think, Pissweed?
That not to deal with people and that stuff. I mean, I deal with some rude customers here and there and that stuff. My social life has really plummeted a lot lately because it's just now the older I get, the lesser people I like. Okay. So, and of course, air conditioning. As of like right now, the air conditioning would feel really amazing, especially the past 3 days when we had nothing but dry heat.
So, what do you think, though? Like, I need a yes or no. Would you work there?
I immediately said, "Sign me up."
Okay. All right.
I said air condition. Don't talk to anybody at all during the entire day, and he said yes.
Okay, so 1 minute seemed like too much. I want to put some fucking, spice on this. How about 30 seconds? It's putting some salt. So.
Damn. Well, I mean, he already did the minute though. No,
I know.
No, we're just getting handicapped for no reason.
Okay, true. We'll do 1 minute. All right, Vito, you choose.
You, Mercy.
Okay.
All right, starting now. So, mentally, yes, it can be straining a little bit. There's a lot of different people, but really what the best part about the job is the people you work with. We're really tight-knit, so there's like a small team, and we will always have our fucking backs. Literally, that has been the vibe since I've joined this team. If you tell me the sky is green, the sky is fucking green. Now, maybe I'll pull you into a room later, like, come on, bro, it's blue. But, like, we're really good about having our shoulders backs. Now, another thing is it has a ton of perks. Now, this is a facility that has a lot of people, and a lot of people don't get their phone. You get your phone.
1 second.
Okay.
Oh, I get my phone?
Yeah, you get your phone, and there's downtime, right? So long as you finish your standard of work, you can kind of BS, and you're kind of just on call for the rest of the day.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
I mean, I ran out of time, didn't I?
Yes, you just ran out of time. Okay. You know what? In my personal opinion, I like it. Did you mention the pay?
It pays well. It pays very well.
Oh, my pay is only $14
you got to be honest though. Did you mention it in your time?
In my time?
Yeah, because you were timed. So did you mention that it paid well during that time? Be honest.
No.
Okay.
I did not.
So me running off that application, I'm like, I don't know. It seems like the we're a family, and then when you get there, you want to kill everyone in your family. But I will say, if I needed the money,
there's 6 of us. So let's put it that way.
Oh, I thought it was like a conglomerate.
In a building of 700 people, there's 6 of us on our team. That's the safety team.
You know what? I feel like if I really had to, and I had you as a boss,
that's $22 an hour sound.
Who?
That's pretty good.
it's that fucking game show guy. Yeah, yeah. Woo!
The full on
Yeah.
R2D2.
Yeah, baby. You know what? Money sold. You know what? You did it. You got me the job. Pissweed.
Yes.
Are you ready for the wonderful,
yeah.
beautiful job of Studio Mercy? Okay. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So, time starts now. Pissweed, how do you like working in a place that is absolutely so much fun? It's like walking around Disneyland. Every corner you turn is basically a fun thing. Everybody's always laughing, in a good mood. You get to serve drinks, wipe down fucking screens, and you get 16, 15 bucks an hour, but you get to meet crazy people. You get to meet Lewis Black randomly. You get to meet Fluffy. You get to meet all these great comedians. What do you think, man?
That's
Also, you get to dress to the nines. Or you can wear a t-shirt of the logo.
okay. The dress code kind of got me there a little bit because I'm more of a relaxed type, casual dress type person.
No.
Even though
no.
I will usually wear work uniforms.
Is that a yes or no? Oh!
No, sorry.
Whoa.
Because
Damn
I
it.
know I'm not much of a social type person, that stuff, and I don't like to deal with a lot of people.
I picked the wrong guy. Well,
Sorry, man. I mean, there is some good perks in there of meeting a lot of famous comedians and that stuff. And Lewis Black is pretty much one of my favorite comedians. I haven't listened to him in a while, but I'd listened to a lot of them back in my younger years.
all right. It's your turn, Pissweed. Who are you picking?
Okay.
At this point, we're
Vito.
pretty much... Okay, I was going to say, go for it.
Vito.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
what would you want? I have a good job opening here. The pay is pretty well, and usually there will be, depends on how well perform. Every year there is a gradual raise.
Okay.
Right now,
I mean, is that set in stone, or is it kind of just like up to debate?
Well, the starting pay would be 19 bucks an hour, and then of course, and if you perform really well, it usually goes up $1 every year. And this is going to be apprentice work type stuff in the automotive industry. Usually, like your lube tech. I mean, basic oil changes. You get to see a lot of unique vehicles from your basic run-of-the-mill type vehicles, and sometimes you'll get to see some good classic cars. Hell, you might even see a four-door Impala. That's especially in a certain show.
Time's up.
Okay.
No, because fuck customers. I don't deal with customers.
Well, I was good about get to that. It's like I'll be the one dealing with the customers and that stuff. You'll just get the work order and
The
that stuff.
customers will find a way to find me, and I hate that.
Yeah, no, they would be like, I'm literally
Jesus.
the manager and that stuff, and they would have to talk to me first. And if they actually did say, it's like, I want to find the person that worked on this, I would be there right by your side and say, it's like, yeah, okay.
What the fuck, Vito? You make them sound like they're like insects, like a vermin.
What?
I will
Somehow
never.
the customers
I will
find
never
me.
work. I will never work customer service in my
There
life.
is no customer service. You'll be the one wrenching on the vehicles in your own at your own
Time's
pace.
up.
And that's
They'll find me one way or another. See, I was an overnight stalker at Safeway one time. I was meant to never talk to customers, but the customers found me.
Oh my god, dude, this reminds me of like the meme of like the guy working out at the gym and the lady, like one of the girls, she's like, hey, are you done with this machine? And he immediately fucking packs up his shit, walks out of the fucking building, goes in his car, drives home.
Do you know that like indie horror game Night of the Consumers? That shit's
Yes.
real,
Yeah.
bro. That shit's fucking real.
If anybody knows Vito, it's me. Yeah, I know.
Hey, Mercy,
Well-
start the timer. Your turn. All right. So, how do you feel about engaging with members of your community?
Wait, didn't we all just do our jobs?
Well, yeah, I wanted to bring up do the second one where I was a census agent.
Fuck it, let's roll it back, boys. We're getting to the
Bonus
time,
episode.
but okay, let's do this. What do we got?
Yeah, we don't have to. All right, so if you would like to engage with people of the community, meeting people who actually live in your area, your communities,
Give 'em
even
30
seeing
seconds.
what places actually around you.
Yeah,
Would
you know
you
what?
be
This one is
interested?
30 seconds. You know what? We're starting this at 10 seconds, and I'm answering. No. Listen, if I was a U.S. Census in my area, I would be immediately shot.
So would I be in my area, and that didn't happen. Then again,
Alright.
I did tell you I met like grumpy old people, but also there are some nice people, like the people who gave me some orange juice.
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay.
All right.
I know we're running on time here, but I think it would be, one last fun game. I think would be like that job swap game I was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
where really what it is, it would be like, I would give you my job, and then I would come to you to a problem, and you would need to solve it and try your best. And I'm gonna judge how accurate you are.
You know what? That sounds fun. Well, hold on. Let me grab the pause button and let me just. All right, guys, it's time for the Tunecast game. Oh hell yeah, we love the Tunecast game. You guys have oh man, whew. Vito, what do we got?
Oh, so I thought a cool game would be a job swap.
Okay, man, what is that about?
Yeah. So essentially, what it is like each of us would take turns assigning somebody their job, and then you would then have to come up to that person with a problem, and then they need to solve that problem working your job, and then at the end of it, they would have to judge how well of a job they did being in that role. Because we're the experts, we're the subject matter experts here.
Yeah. Okay, all right, sounds good. Well, I'll let you lead the first example. How's that?
Sure. Okay, so Pissweed, you are now a safety coordinator. Okay, so I'm working. I've been working about 4 hours now, and my wrists are really hurting. Okay, and I kind of go up to you. I've maybe been employed for about 3 months now, so I'm pretty new to the company. I go to my manager, and then the manager finds you. And now I'm sitting in the conservative care room. What do you do?
Your wrists are hurting. Well, first of all, I
Suck
think
it up,
you need to
bitch.
lay off on. I think you need to lay off on jorking it.
Okay, so
I'm
I'm going
fired.
to HR, and that's the end of that.
Yeah,
Fired.
fired.
I guess someone else. That's not how I was gonna.
All right,
That's
yeah.
not at all how I thought that was gonna play out. But
tell you what.
be fucking serious, okay? Don't actually try.
Okay. He's fired. You can't ask him. Ask somebody else.
What?
Okay. Pam,
Yeah.
you are now a safety coordinator. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So I've been picking all day. So I've been on a MoveX, so that's the scooter thing with the cart, and I've been working almost. It's almost the end of shift, right? It's been about 6 hours. Okay. This is my second week. All right. But now now my arm is really hurting, like where my shoulder's at, and I go to my manager, and I ask him. Can you guys have ibuprofen? And then he said, whoa, what happened? And then I explain what happened, and then they bring me to you, and now I'm in the conservative care room. What do you do?
All right. So, how long have you been feeling like this? Here, let me get you some ice.
I don't know. This happened. Oh, okay. Thanks. I'll take the ice. So I don't know. I guess it started a couple hours ago. I don't know. I've been working all day.
Right. And it's been hurting for like a couple hours, and you thought it'd go away, and it hasn't.
Yeah. Like I went to break, and it was just still like really bad.
Sounds like you've been straining yourself hard trying to fit in here, huh? You're like only second week.
Yeah.
Should these have timers?
No, I was thinking of just going. I think I was just gonna go home. Yeah, give it like.
Yeah,
like,
you should probably like go
like a minute.
Give it like 40.
Wait, home if
Okay.
you feel like it.
Okay, for sure.
But like
So
you got like the hours.
Like what do you mean?
Well, like you know, like PTO. If you got like the hours to take home.
Oh, I have to use my own hours.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's like you signed a contract that said you'd like work with us, and there's still like a job.
Yeah, I
to
know,
do.
but like, okay, but I mean, I get that, but like, I got hurt here.
Well, the thing is, like, we will help you if you're like seriously hurt, like if your arm got cut off, or if you like a machine fell on you, and we need to like seriously help you. But like, this is not like a critical strain. You're okay, but not like okay, if that means anything.
10 seconds.
Okay, so y'all are just gonna do nothing then? Like I have to go back to work then?
Yeah, you kind of have to go back to work, but I understand how you feel.
Whatever.
All right,
man.
time's up. How did he do?
Okay,
Did he
so-
get fired?
No, he didn't get fired, but he missed on a few things. So first and foremost, ice, right? That counts as first aid. You have essentially expedited this to a first aid incident just by giving me the ice. Also, no documentation was made. Okay, so you need to collect a statement from me. You need to ask all the right questions, like, okay, how many hours ago? I said, well, I don't know, a couple hours. You should have dug deeper. You should have been like, okay, was this like before first break? If it was, like, how many hours do you think? Okay, and where did this happen? Where, what, why, and how, right? That's all the right questions you need to ask, right? And then...
Yeah. This would have taken a while to do, like, the ask. You have a long job. No wonder you get tired.
Yeah, dude, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, dude, you're giving me a headache just listening to you. You're like, just fucking take it, you whiny bitch. My wrist hurts. Well, maybe you should fucking
Also-
focus on a better hinge, you little wimp.
Also consider soreness or injury.
Yeah.
You know? Did I actually injure myself, or am I like very new to a labor job and it's my second week and it hurts because I'm sore?
Yeah. That's
Because that's not an injury. I'm just
That's
sore.
not an injury.
You know what I mean?
All right,
Vito, can I
guys.
put in a claim for an injury that hasn't happened yet?
To punch him
Like,
in the
I'm
face.
not hurt. I'm not hurt right now, but I kind of want to take off that.
No, but you can sure as shit claim an injury that happened last month and then tell me about it and then not give me any details. That's absolutely something you can do. Because
Dude,
that's
that
not
would
ever happened before. Woo! All right.
Vito, that would be so fucking funny. It's like you put a fucking like an injury form on your desk. You're like, wait a minute, this is dated for like 3 minutes, like in the future. I know. Whap!
Hey, this is dated for like today.
Yeah. So okay, I got
I don't
one.
even know what I'd do. Can you imagine? Like somebody's like, "Hey, I need to report a head injury." I'm like, "Okay, so what happened?" "Oh, it hasn't happened yet." I'm like, "What?" And then he just fucking headbutts the door. I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah. It's fucking. All right, Vito. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, homie. So first things first, you get a message on your corporate software on your phone. It says, all right, team, here's what's going to happen. Today's a big day. We got Fluffy coming in. Okay. So Vito,
Okay.
I am going to give you the porta bar. Okay. Inside the museum, there is a portable bar. Okay. You are going to be selling a special drink. It is the Gabe. Okay. The Gabe is a pony of tequila, and a lime wedge on ice or no ice. Okay. Now, you also have to make a tequila sunrise. A tequila sunrise is orange juice, cherry Garnier, and then it is also lime wedge, ice or no ice, depending on the customer. Okay. Now, at the same time, I also want you. My job is kind of easy. hold on. Okay, yeah. So basically, a customer comes up to your bar. Okay, she's like, "Hi, I'd like to buy tickets to the Jon Stewart show. Also, can I get a tequila sunrise?" What's in the tequila sunrise, Vito?
Okay, you can't ask me ingredients, man. I mean,
He
I just
said
told you them.
Actually, yeah. This was a listening exercise.
Yeah.
oh, I failed.
Yeah. He told you. It's
You're
okay. I
fired.
wasn't listening either, Vito. I knew he said it. I think one of them's tomato.
All right. So
So what I'm
this
gonna
week-
say, I don't know how to make that.
Yeah. It's just, sorry. Fuck.
Okay, but
Okay.
hold on. Is that
Yeah.
actually fair though? Because you just the customer came up to me, asked for the thing, and then you just said, "Hey, what's in the thing?"
What? No. See, before I
you
even
just-
gave you that scenario, I told you what was in the tequila sunrise.
Well, I know, I
Oh.
know, but like it's
Okay.
about. Okay,
Tell you what.
it's fine. It's fine.
Tell you what, I got a better one. Okay. So, I'll let you Google this, but you got to be quick about it, okay? So,
Okay.
you know, I'm looking at this thing here, Vito, and your time starts now. What is the bourbon smash from Southern Tier?
So it's syrup, it's lemon juice. It's like a cocktail that you mix. It's got bourbon as its base.
Okay.
The ones that you shake, you never stir those.
Mm-hmm.
It's typically chilled.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has a spirit base, I think. So it's got like a bourbon and spirits.
Okay. That's just kind of weird because it says on the can bourbon, ginger, mint, and lemon. Okay, but what is the vodka transfusion from Southern Tier?
Vodka transfusion from Southern Tier?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's that red drink. So it's it's got ginger ale as a base. It's got purple grape.
Yeah.
You got some lime in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Really popular with like golf course kind of drinks. That's kind of like the vibe we're going for here. 8% alcohol by volume.
Yeah. All right, your time's
It's
up.
got
So, first things first. Okay, I know that was kind of a crash course, but the tequila sunrise. It is our specialty drink for the month. Basically, it is orange juice. It is a pony of basically grenadier. Okay, so grenadine is basic. It's a cherry flavoring. Okay, you throw that shit in,
cherry syrup.
and then you do a pony of tequila. A pony is 1.5 ounce. Okay, there's these things called a jigger, and basically on one side it's 1 ounce of tequila, and when you flip it, it is a pony. It's called a pony. Yeah, that's what we call it. And basically, when you get the cup, we always want to do more because one, they're paying for these. You get a little souvenir cup, and also two, the Jon Stewart show is sold out. That was going to be a trick question, but not really too, because the Jon Stewart show, it even shows it on our website. I was gonna get, I had a timer for 3 minutes. I wanted you to go on the website to kind of like get some info without telling you. You know what I mean? But yeah, so Jon Stewart show sold out, unfortunately, but we do still have tickets to the Bill Murray show. Very cool. He's going to be, performing with the Blood Brothers. He's not doing stand-up. He's doing live singing, and this is true. You guys can actually still get some tickets. Very fun. Hopefully you'll be there for the festival. But
Wait, are you just working your job now? Now am I the customer again?
yeah, practically.
He loves his job so much. It just happened.
I'm just explaining it.
It just
Kind of like,
happened naturally.
yeah, kind of like what you did. I'm just kind of explaining it. But so, yeah, the Gabe, yeah. So basically, you're running the Porta Bar. I run both bars. The Porta Bar is only there for special events, but it's a really fun place. I gotta say, sometimes I look at my paycheck and I go, damn, but I could be dying in some other place, and this leads me into my last story. Okay, guys, I know we're getting rolling really close to the special territory, but not all jobs are glamorous, but every job is important. Without them, nothing can function. You know, like Micro's dirty jobs. You know, somebody's got to do it. That's the famous quote, and it's so true. Like, if nobody does Vito's job, dude, everybody would basically fucking die. You know, I wanted to say, Vito, you know, like you said, man, you know, it's the company curtain. Not everybody understands what's on the backside of that shit. You know, it's important. You know, like, my job might not mean much to somebody else, but I'm making somebody's day. You know, I could easily be like, oh, the gift shop's that way. Here's your drink. No, but what I do is I crack jokes. I'm very personal. I try to learn stories at the bar and really make this a vacation for them, because at the end of the day, it's the end of the day, you know? And if you don't make it a good one, it was a day wasted. You know, same with Vito. He does a really damn good job, regardless of what people think. And, you know, I know you feel like you point fingers at people, but that's at the end of the day, that's your job. And if they have a problem with it, they can line up and kiss your ass as long as they sign the correct papers for it. Like, look at Pissweed, for example. You know, like, if it wasn't for him, your car wouldn't fucking move to get to work, you know? Or if you work on a farm, you wouldn't have agriculture. See, it's shit like that
you
that
wouldn't have
Pissweed
produce on the shelf.
We wouldn't have produce. It's people like Pan. There were like old grannies all around the world, wouldn't have anybody to push them around. You know? It's like one song. Do you feel like a man when you push them around? But no, see, that's the thing, guys, is every single person is integral when it comes to work. We all do it for a reason. And there's a reason we all have lives outside of work. It's because you never know who's on the opposite side of that badge. So, guys, I think it's time we roll into our closing remarks. I know that was basically one big ass closing remark, but I wanted to hear it from your guys' lips. What do you think? Pissweed, you start, man. What's your closing?
I haven't came up with one, so I'll pass.
Wow, fucking fired.
Nope. Say something.
Watch him say the same closing remark he says every episode.
It's gonna be the same thing. Just do your best to be awesome at your job and all that stuff. Keep doing what you do
He
best.
said job. That's different. Be awesome at your job. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Closing remark, Vito.
Your job's meaningful. My closing remark. In the wise words of blue-collar workers across America, I just work here.
I just work here. Yep.
Uh-huh.
True.
Yeah.
And I will say, my closing remark is, I know some days it might be hard to like your job, but at the end of the day, you got to really love what you do, because if you don't, it's going to be miserable. Sometimes you're going to see your job more than you see your own family. And so you really have to kind of build that. And that's why connections at work are so important to me. And I really do like the whole we're a family trend. It means a lot to me, you know? I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're just faking it. Oh, it's a corporate No, listen, man. If you give it to me at work, I'll give it 110-fold back. The dude, literally, guys, I stood outside with a bunch of elderly women with getting fucking soaked. My whole uniform was drenched. I'm like squishy wet. And I'm holding umbrellas for two old ladies while they're waiting for their carts bus to come pick them up. And I literally got an award for that. Just that was the signifier. But it's just like, at the end of the day, when you clock in, you're there to help others, you know? And even the littlest jobs can make something make you feel like a superhero, you know? I love my job, man. And, you know, you really just kind of got to take the good with the bad. You know, everybody's got a bad day or a bad coworker or whatever, but, you know, don't let that ruin your... You know what? In the wise words of Penny the Wise, don't let them ruin your sparkle. Because that's what everybody looks for. Now, what about you, Pan? Give us something sweet.
Try to move forward. You don't always have to like what you do. And even if you don't, just try to find a stable place to be until you feel like changing where you want to go. Because if you feel like you're afraid of staying in the place for so long, it takes care from cradle to casket. Try to do something that you're happy to say that you did.
Amen. Remember, it's not a job. It's your life. So make it a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, From all the folks here at Tunecast, we absolutely love the shit out of you. And we will see you next Wednesday for some video games. As always, I've been Studio Mercy. To my left, I have Pantone Ocelot. To my right, I have the safety coordinator, Vito Skeletino. And then, of course, to the rightest of right, we have the gearhead, Pissweed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming tonight. Goodbye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. What?
Hey, yo, watch out, the Jackson. The Jackson's slipping, bro.
No. Yo. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, dude, there's blood everywhere. Fuck, that wasn't a fake dummy under there?
No.